You are not saved just because you believe in Jesus. So, do you believe in Jesus? It's a foundational question, right? But here's the thing. Modern Christianity has dangerously reduced this massive, life-altering concept of salvation down to just this single intellectual checklist. Treating a simple yes as the finish line, well, that's a deeply incomplete and honestly dangerous step.
Even demons believe in Jesus. I mean, think about the gravity of that for a second. They intellectually acknowledge his existence, they know exactly who he is, but they are absolutely not saved. So this paradigm suggests that mere intellectual belief, just agreeing in your head that Jesus is real without any actual submission is entirely worthless for salvation. It's wild to think about.
Section 1. The danger of simple belief and the false sense of security it creates.
The text argues that our culture has built up these incredibly simplified formulas. You know the ones. Just say a quick prayer and you're good to go to heaven. But it uses Jesus' own words to point out the extreme danger of this false security. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven. Doing all the right things on the outside doesn't actually mean you belong to him. You can go to church, you can use his name, you can do all the spiritual things, but because belief alone was never the standard, it simply isn't enough. Moving on to Section 2, the true meaning of lordship. This is all about total surrender.
So, what exactly is the missing piece of the puzzle here? Declaring Jesus as Lord requires a massive, total relinquishing of control. We're talking about a complete transfer of authority over your life. It's an active, daily declaration that you no longer call the shots.
Salvation isn't framed as just getting an upgraded, slightly better version of your current life. It uses the scriptural mechanism of baptism to show this brutal, yet really beautiful sequence: dying with him, being buried with him, and then being raised into a totally new life. Your old identity isn't just patched up or renovated. No, it is entirely erased and completely replaced.
So what does that look like practically? It means the old way of clinging to your own personal plans, your old identity, your own purpose, that's finished. In this new reality, you no longer live for yourself, and the contrast is incredibly stark. Instead of following your own agenda, every single breath and every major life decision now belongs entirely to living for him. It's a complete 180.
Who really controls your life? If he is truly Lord, well then he completely directs the agenda. He shapes the decisions, the priorities, the ultimate purpose. What he does not do is cater to our personal desires, things like temporary feelings, career ambitions, or just physical comfort. If you are still the one controlling your life, he is not acting as your Lord, period. And your belief alone, it simply isn't enough.
I mean, we all love to think we're in the driver's seat of our own lives, right? We love celebrating our independence. But the premise insists there is absolutely zero neutral ground. You are either being actively led by Christ, or you are being silently shaped by the world, the flesh, or unseen spiritual influences. So this so-called freedom to live your own way, it's framed as spiritual deception, because the reality is you are always submitting to something. The only real question is, who?
When you strip away all the modern religious fluff and those easy, comfortable checklists, belief might make you feel safe, but only surrender makes you his. That is the absolute bottom line of this entire framework. It contrasts that false, comfortable safety of simple intellectual belief against the demanding, life-altering necessity of total surrender. Without that complete surrender, the entire mechanism of true salvation is entirely missed.
Who is in charge of your life? And I don't mean just with your mouth or, for an hour on Sunday mornings. I mean in your daily actions, your hidden priorities, and your true obedience.